Hey y'all, it's Amanda. We're in the backyard and we're going to be dealing with the monstrosity of this bed right here. Okay, it's actually two beds. There is a raised bed here and there's a raised bed here. This one is 3 by 6. This one is 4 by 8. And then there's two massive containers over that way, and we're not dealing with the containers over there today. We're really just focusing on the beds. Now, both of these beds tend to be focused on more annual production. Over here, I've got some eggplants that I'm ready to let go. I've got some annual lantana. I've got some beautiful cocoa marigolds that are on their last leg. I'm just kind of ready to move on at this point. And so I want to just start, I think I'll start here. I think I'll start with all of the marigolds and we'll see what's underneath there. All right, so I gotta admit, while the marigolds have been amazing, the cocoa marigolds have been amazing, they shaded out all of my Lisianthus plants. So I think I lost a lot of my Lisianthus plants, which are kind of like tender perennials in my area. So I'm not sure what that's gonna end up looking like at this point. Now, I'm not really intrigued with saving seedlings saving seeds at this point, because I actually have a ton of cocoa marigold seeds from last year that I still have a ton more. So we're good on that. Now, I do have some pretty intense celosia that reseeds itself every year. We're really just kind of looking to clean this whole bed out and get a nice fresh restart here. So I think today will just be a nice day of cleaning out the beds with some pretty music, which sounds lovely. Now, I am being kind of picky as I'm going through here because I'm really trying to pay attention to where I have some Lisianthus plants, because I totally neglected all my Lisianthus seedlings that I started this year, and I don't have any new ones to plant. Typically, I plant some new ones each season, and this year it's not going to happen. So I will have to just rely on what's left in the bed. I'm thinking I have about a dozen left in the bed, which better than nothing, right? But also considering this last year I had about 100 plants, that's a whole lot less than what I'm used to. Don't really want to stand in the beds any more than I have to, because I don't want to crush the soil. All right, I just ripped up a Lisianthus seedling. So when I come in here, dig a hole and put it back in. They're pretty hardy, so I've ripped them up many times before. So it should do fine. Truthfully, the more I'm looking in here, the more I feel like the armadillo might have made his way in here. Because so many of these seedlings are just pulled up by their roots. I definitely think that I need to top this bed with some compost. I think I'm going to do a lot of that in November and December, topping these with compost. I usually do it now in the fall, but I'm going to spread out my expenses a little bit. And also I think I'm just going to have like compost delivered instead of buying it by the bag, which I think will make things a lot easier for me. Okay, it's cleaned out pretty good. Still got a few weeds. So these right here are Lisianthus plants. I shouldn't call them seedlings. Plants. You can see them. They look pretty rough right now. I would say maybe I've got 15, which actually I'll take. I'm actually wondering, I think I'm going to do this other bed first, but then I think I might come back and dig up all these Lisianthus and put them all on this side of the bed. I feel like my Lisianthus on this side of the bed don't do as well. This is slightly downhill, so I think this gets more water, so I do better here. And I would love to put something like zinnias, marigolds, something on this side. So I think we'll do that, but let's go on to this first because I am dying to get this all cleaned up. All right, I feel like this one's going to be way harder because I have lantana in here. I mean, a big lantana plant. Big ones. Let me get some clippers. Big roots in here. Look at that. But between that and the eggplant, it's going to be tough getting in this bed. This soil in here is way richer than the soil in there. Interesting. Okay. I've got a lot of overly ripe eggplants down in here. I think I'm going to start by just cutting these at the base. Some overly white eggplants. Now this variety that I grew this year is called Black Beauty. I'm not a big fan. I don't think I'm going to grow that variety next year. I like the smaller eggplants. I find them easier to cook with. So I'm probably going to go back to Listata Degandia, which I grew last year and I loved it. So that's probably my goal. You know what? I don't need to kill myself pulling these up by the roots. Just leave a lot of them in there. They'll be fine. I have tried leaving eggplants in over the winter to see if I could overwinter them, and they don't come back. But I tried just to see. See if Jeff will bring around a trash can for me. Look at the way this guy grew through my little fence. Let's see if I can work this out. Okay, I am going to start by lifting these Lisianthus seedlings and moving them to the front part of the bed. Lisianthus seedlings are pretty easy to transplant because there's just not a lot to them in all actuality. This one, a little bit of growth, that's still good. Truthfully, I think I can just kind of give them a light pull. And they just come out of the soil so easily. All right, and then I'm just going to come right back over here in the soil. Go ahead and get them planted up. And I do like now that they are over here on this side of things. Because like I said, I kind of feel like they do better on this side than other sides. And they still have time before we get our first freezes. Let's put on some more growth. Okay, feeling good about that. I am going to put my fences back in to deal with my unwanted visitor who sucks big time. This bed feels amazing. This bed, not so much. So that's interesting. We will definitely need to top this with some compost. I don't want to go too much because Lisianthus doesn't need a lot of compost, like super rich soil. But definitely like an inch or two would be amazing over there. Okay, I had to go get my sister's bin. She has multiple. So definitely got that for me. And fill that up. And I know people talk to me about composting all the time. I feel you. Trust me, those eggplant, they might look good from afar, they're not. I feel you on the composting. It's just not for me at this point in time in my gardening career. Maybe in the future. If you remember, also in this eggplant bed, I grew pumpkin on a stick. I'm really looking forward to growing those again next year. And it was nice because once they were done, I was able to move them out and start something else. That was a massive success. Feel good, got it cleaned up. Also gave me a good idea on the condition of my beds. And now I'm ready to move forward with planning my raised beds for next year. I'm gonna have an upcoming video where I'm gonna show you how I lay them out and how I plan for multiple seasons in the same bed. And this is something I started doing a little bit of this last year, and I decided to become more diligent with it this next year and see what I can do. See if I can really optimize my space and grow more than I ever have before. Specifically, I definitely want to keep growing flowers, but I would also like to grow more vegetables for my family. So that's something I really want to explore as well. All right, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Black Beauty eggplant versus the Listata Digandia, the smaller varieties of eggplant. The smaller ones just do so much better for me, but maybe I'm missing something with the Black Beauty because it seems like everybody grows it and loves it. And then give me your thoughts on the Lisianthus. Hopefully those will be fine. I've moved them around before. I'm not super stressed about it. If you recall last year, that whole bed was filled with Lisianthus. So I'm a little disappointed that I won't have that for next year, but it does open up the opportunity for something new. So maybe that's what I need to really start focusing on, an opportunity to grow something a little bit different. Now, if you are like me and you are on a gardening journey and you want to do that along with a bunch of other people, you can check out my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It's just a bunch of people who like to talk about gardening. I have a free tier and I have one single paid tier. The single paid tier is called Certified Mad Gardener. And with that one tier, you get access to everything. Lives, videos, group chats, photo sharing, all kinds of great stuff. It's also direct messaging to me, which is kind of fun as well. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.